Alright, hi. In this video I'm going to show you all the toggles Mia has and also explain some of them, because some of them have parameter drivers or certain conditions that need to be met in order to toggle them correctly. We're going to start off with the clothes folder. We have quite a few, even more here in the more section, which is a little bit annoying to switch to, especially because it takes a little bit. That's why I made a sets folder, which has 7 different sets. And we're currently on the neon one. If we switch, for example, to casual, it's basically a toggle that is a button which activates all the necessary toggles for you in a second. As you can see, this is the casual one. You can also uplift. The next one is outdoor. You can also see that the stockings changed with the mat swap. This is half net. It used to be the default one with just a stripe at the top. We also have an avatar dynamics where we can touch up here with our hand, which just switches back and forth. You can also have that as a toggle under extras, cap switch. The next one is techwear. Also note that if you do any expressions while having the face mask on, you won't do any of the facial expressions that control the bottom side of your face. The top one still works, but the bottom one won't, otherwise it will clip through. The way this works is the bottom one is on a complete different layer than the top one, meaning they can work independently depending on what we currently have on. The next one is comfy. We can have these ones, we can pull them. You can also pull only one, which only closes it halfway through, and both make it fully off. You can also pose them so like they stay in this. Also the top ones have fizz bones as well. And the next one is bikini, where you can also see the body metal. And the last one, well, yeah, we don't need that one to show. Under extras, there's grab. This only works if you didn't have the bra on beforehand. What this means is, if the grab is on before you enable the bra, you will be able to stretch them out and reveal what's underneath. This also allows, if you stretch both fully out, it will dissolve the bra away. We also have a flames toggle, meaning if we have, for example, our jacket, we have all these flames details also on the other parts of the model. If we go here to clothes access, we can toggle them off fully. And that is pretty much it. And another thing is, we got like these different socks design under socks design, which is under more. We can have default, blank, stripes, ripped, full net, and half net. We also have beans at the bottom. Another thing is that if we go, for example, let's say I want to have the bikini on, you basically override what you had on previously. So you can have this, so it overrides it, or the shirt, and it will disable the other toggle. Pretty much. Also, another thing is with the cap toggle, you can turn this off either on your VRChat settings, or we have a folder called settings where we can toggle off all the contacts this body has. Pretty much. Same goes also for the facial boobs or these things. We can show this here. For example, we have head pad, we got nose boob, we got cheeky fizz bones. We can also stretch them. We can also stretch the tongue, or like control it. As you can see, like the eyes go like bigger and the eyeball goes smaller. And we also have another one at the bottom here. There's a small little cooldown, so you can't really spam it too hard, but yeah. And all of them can get toggled off with the context toggle. Or the audio, so if you don't want any audio, you don't hear anything. And then no audio, but still the booty mark will be placed because of contacts. We can also disable the expressions. So if we don't want to do any expressions, we don't do any. This can be good if you want to do gesture toggles or anything like that for the ears, tail, or other things, you can have this toggled off. The FPV only works in VR, doesn't work in desktop, which enables the hat in first person. You can then see it. You see it a little bit less on your screen because this is only good visible in VR. That's also the reason why I made it VR only. And another reason is if in desktop, if you look up fully, you can see the inside of the head, which is something you can't do in VR. Kind of weird, so I decided to make this a VR only toggle. You can also enable shadows. Currently the sun is coming from the back, I believe, in this world, so it's hard to see actually. And the blur toggle is to make it hard shadows. So you can like see here, hard shadows or no shadows. Then we got also an emission slider, which is a multiplier. So if the world either has too much or too little, you can control it. 0 is no emissions at all, and then 100 is, I believe, 10, which is really, really a lot. So if the world has a lot of bloom, you will be a flashbang on 100, trust me. Let's go to body. We have a few things over there as well. We got a booba slider, a booty slider, we got a skin tone slider, we also have a 10 line, which we can see perfectly on the tank top, for example, right here. Also at the bottom here as well, but cannot show it really. We also have a body shiny toggle, so all the things you see here can be toggled. You can also toggle the tattoos completely away. Let's go quickly to more. We can have the outline toggled. We can also switch, so let me... There you go, you can like see the whatever was black is now white. We can also have no hair, which looks weird if we have the hat on. Or like long hair or short hair. We can also have different nails. If we toggle this off, we get the defaults, or we get flat, which I like more, long and short. We also got toe control, which only works if you have no shoe or no socks on. So let me quickly disable that one. There we go. So you can like see on hand open it spreads them. On victory it plays an animation. On point it makes them go down. Or rock and roll, another animation where they go down one by one and then back up. There we go. So under special we got trails that we can toggle off. We also have a spring ball that I made. The object. With point you control it if it should be on the either left or right hand. And with gun is gonna be at the foot. We can also have cat ears and tail, which should be easier to see if we go back to casual, for example. If we then go back to special, you can also change the size. Either we can make them smaller, like really small, or really big. 30 is default, and then the ears as well. Bigger, smaller. You can also pose them. We can have also a bunch of hue sliders and RGB toggles. The first one is for the main colors, and the second one is for the secondary colors. Let me go quickly to settings, stop my expressions. And then the RGB one makes the main RGB, and then secondary color RGB. We also have a body metal, so we can control the color here. First one is white, and then full RGB. The bikini hue, we go back to sets, back to special, and we can control this. The first half is like white, and then the second half is like black, and then the hue, or like on 0 completely black. Let's go back to neon. Let's go to cyber. We can, if we want, go with our finger at front and activate it like this, or with the toggle in the menu. We can also turn it completely off by touching the sides of it with the contacts. We also have cyber wings, can toggle them. The small parts on it We can make them parent to our body. And we can also have the wings fully open like this. Alright, now onto the Scythe toggle. We can toggle them on. We can grab them if we make a fist near the handle. And put them back on if you make a hand open near the chest area. We can also extend them to make them bigger. And hand open to spin them. We can also enable them on with toggles, meaning if you make a we toggle this one, make a fist, and then we have it in our hand, pretty much. And we can also drop them in the world, meaning if we get them and make a hand open, well, we drop them in the world, and we can get them back on. You cannot really put them back onto your back that easily, because you know the job is still enabled. So we're just gonna get that and put them back on. That's for all the cyber stuff. Alright, now on to the bodysuit settings. We can have it ourselves glossy. We can change the main color, the secondary color, or the main and secondary distortion, which we can see a lot easier in gloss mode. Oops, there we go. Which is also, most of the things are audio reactive with audio link. We can also make the secondary fully transparent, but we can still slightly see it because of the transparent effect. And this is also still like safe for work, so there's nothing shown, only because the half stuff is fully visible. We can also make armor damaged, which gives cracks everywhere, like crack spots here and there. If you go to styles, we can have like different sort of like design styles. On second, there's like no patterns, flip patterns, white. We could technically go for white manually, but the difference here is that the outlines are also white on the fourth one, and that is not the case on the other ones. Like here, you see like the outline is still black. On fifth, 5, we have camouflage. On 6, we have a different pattern. 7, another different pattern but black, and another pattern. We also have a marker that I made myself, and then I applied it to the VR Labs marker. Also pretty self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with how the VR Labs marker works. But yeah. That is hopefully everything. And yeah, see ya.